Today, I will be presenting a lesson plan on extreme weather events in the news. News constantly highlight disasters and students need to connect these events to broader environmental changes. As future leaders, scientists, and policymakers, understanding extreme weather can help them become more resilient and proactive in their communities. Learning about the impacts of extreme weather helps students understand how natural disasters disrupt communities and industries. Teaching this topic fosters empathy and encourages discussions about climate justice and sustainability. In this activity, students will investigate how climate change is linked to extreme weather events. By analyzing real-world news stories, they will explore the ways extreme weather events impact ecosystems, economies, and communities. The activity highlights the far-reaching consequences such as financial losses, environmental damage, and social challenges, while also strengthening students' media literacy skills. By the end of this activity, students will be able to understand what extreme weather events are and how they occur, explain the link between climate change and these intense weather patterns, recognize real-world effects of extreme weather on nature, economies, and communities, strengthen their ability to research, gather information, and organize ideas visually. This lesson is primarily designed for students aged from 11 to 13, but can be adapted for younger or older learners. It focuses on Sustainable Development Goals, specifically SDG 13 and SDG 11, integrating subjects such as language studies, geography, science, and environmental studies. The estimated duration of the lesson is 3 class periods, during which students will engage in various interactive teaching methods, including brainstorming, word cafe discussions, and group work. To support their learning, students will have access to online news articles about extreme weather events and use the internet for research. And computer and projector will be utilized for presentations, while chart paper markers will facilitate group discussions and collaborative work. Engage the class in a brief discussion on recent headlines presenting extreme weather events like hurricanes, floods, heat waves, and cyclones. Encourage students to share what they've heard or seen in the media. Discuss personal experiences with extreme weather if applicable. Through discussion, they will naturally identify the main topic of the lesson. As students share key terms during the discussion, write them on the board to guide them towards the concept of extreme weather events. Work together to define the term clearly. According to the World Meteorological Organization, extreme weather events are weather that is rare for a specific place and time of year, with unusual characteristics in terms of magnitude, location, timing, or extent. Research suggests that as the planet warms, these events will become more frequent and intense. Encourage students to add more examples such as floods, droughts, hurricanes, cyclones, storms, heat waves, cold waves, and severe storms. Divide the class into small groups of 3 or 4 students and assign each group a different type of extreme weather event. Briefly explain how climate change can make these events more severe, leading to megafires, intense floods, and other disasters. Each group will conduct online research using reliable sources to find information on 3 extreme weather events that have occurred in the Mediterranean. The report should include the name of the event, when and where it happened, how it connects to climate change, and after all groups present their findings, lead a discussion to identify common patterns and explore how climate change is driving these extreme events. Provide real-world examples to illustrate the link between the rising global temperatures and the increasing frequency and intensity of these disasters. Working in groups, students write the effects of the extreme weather event of their articles. Students should read their section and write down the key points in the table. It is expected that they work collaboratively by putting all of their information in one common table. How did the event affect local communities? For example, were there significant economic losses? How were ecosystems disrupted? What were the social consequences? The groups rotate clockwise to the next chart paper. They read the ideas generated by the previous group and add some more. This rotation is continued until each group returns to its initial position. Then each group presents in plenary. As an evaluation activity, provide students with images showing the aftermath of an extreme weather event. Ask them to describe what they see in the pictures, what has happened, and what the impacts appear to be. Brainstorm how both humans and animals in the affected areas might be impacted by the disaster. This exercise encourages students to think critically about the real-world consequences of extreme weather and its effects on communities and ecosystems. As an alternative activity, provide each student with A3 sheet on which they will be asked to create a mind map. Their task is to create a visual representation of the impacts of climate change and severe weather events by connecting the information they have gathered in this lesson. As a follow-up, have students create and perform a news broadcast about an extreme weather event in front of the class. They can record their report using smartphones or classroom devices to simulate a real news segment. Encourage creativity by incorporating props like weather maps, microphones, or costumes to make the presentations more engaging and realistic. This topic is really essential because climate change is shaping the world students will inherit. By understanding extreme weather events, they become informed, engaged, and ready to contribute to a more sustainable future. Thank you all for attending my presentation. I really appreciate your time and interest. If you have any questions or need any further clarification, please feel free to reach out to me. I'd be happy to help. Thank you.